This is my first YouTube video. Please don't bully me. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Amara and welcome to the Clueless Romantic channel. Please don't be me. I am a huge fan of Bachelor Nation and I've noticed not many teens are involved in Bachelor Nation. They watch it, but they're not like heavily involved in it. All the recaps and reviews are done by older people who've already been through love, have kids, they're drinking wine, all that stuff. So I feel like there's a missing demographic for teens. The most I know about relationships is what I see on Monday nights on TV, which is kind of sad. But anyway, well, I am called because I am the most hopeless romantic person you will probably ever meet, but I've never been in one relationship. I've batted like 0 in the dating department, and so The Bachelor is really all I have to look at love, which is also sad. I've said that multiple times. I'm just wondering, do you ever, I don't know if this is only me, but I'm always like, wow, this year went by so fast. Like 2019 zoomed by. But then I think of like all of what happened in Bachelor Nation, like in just this year, and I'm like, this has been the longest year of my life. Like, has anyone ever done that? I feel that all the time, every year. So what I've done is I've written down every huge thing that has happened in the Bachelor franchise this year. From Jesus Still Loves Me to the windmill, the fence jump, the fence jump. Oh my god, I have it written down. We'll talk about it. And I've never really seen people do this before, so I'm starting to think that I'm the only one who really judges how long their year is based on Bachelor Nation. I'm so weird. So I have these written down, nice and bullet pointed. Also I have tea, since we can't drink one. Spilling the tea. As you will see, I really did spill the tea. It's like all over. So let's get to it. This first one, this was not part of the true like Bachelor World, but Lauren Zima and Chris Harrison made their relationship official this year. Oh my god. If you don't know who Lauren Zima is, she is an ET reporter who does Roses and Rosé, which is my favorite recap of all time. She's so funny, she's so cool, so smart, doesn't need a man, but of course dating Chris Harrison isn't like a negative. And if you don't know who Chris Harrison is, then why are you here? Go away! Just kidding, you can stay. He's the host. You should know that though. So that was really exciting, and they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my god, and how could I forget about the Bachelor babies? Oh my god, there were so many. I love the Bachelor babies. I love showing them to people who are like, the Bachelor's all scripted, like none of it's real, no one ends up together. And then they see how adorable and perfect those babies are, and they're like, oh, like, haha, haha. Cheers. Whoa. Oh my god, I was so hot. I was hot. Speaking of hot though, Colton. Oh my god, Colton season. We love Colton, and boy did we get some drama from that season, which I'm so grateful for. You know, it's the new year. You gotta think of what you're grateful for, and I'm grateful for that. Technically, Colton was the first like textbook version we've had. That's awesome. Went a little overboard on the puns, ladies and producers. That got a little old, but that's okay. We survived. We also got Hannah Beast. I love her. I would say between her and Rachel, they are my favorite bachelorettes of all time. She handled herself so well, but not so much on Colton's season. I think what kind of inspired this video was I was online, I was watching YouTube or something, and a clip of Hannah and Kaylin fighting at this like pirate group date. That feels like years ago. And that was only like what? February, March? Like that was really what hit me. I was like, this has been a really long year. Yeah, that was the Hannah and Kaylin thing. Hannah, of course, went on to be the Bachelorette. Kaylin, of course, now happy with Dean, who lives in a van. We also got Heather. She has also batted pretty low in the relationship department. And so I relate to her very much. Even though she's like 6 years older than me, I relate to her a lot. So I like Heather. I think she was the most underrated member of Bachelor Nation this year. More creds to Heather. And then we got the fence jump. The fence jump, the fence jump. Thank you for the fence jump. Seeing that in the commercial, I really thought they were faking us out. They do that all the time. But this was real! And when Cassie got on that date with Colton and we realized he was like head over heels in love with her, we knew it was coming. It was coming. Also, was anyone feeling that she wasn't really into interested in him at all. They're happily dating now, but it didn't really seem like she was interested at that time. Anyway, if you remember, he basically told her that she's the one, and she was like, I really don't think I am. So she left and said some kind of hurtful things, not meaning to be hurtful. She was trying to be very nice, but came off pretty harsh. She was like, you deserve to be with someone who loves you. And he's like, you don't love me, what? Also, about the fence jump, I am such a big Bachelor fan and everyone knows it, that actually my campaign for student council was, I would jump a fence for you. And I got vice president of my class. So that shows how powerful Bachelor Nation is. So yeah, that was the big thing of the season. Of course, everyone ends up happily ever after, except for Tasha and Hannah, but that's okay. They'll find their happily ever after some other time. Now, before we were left on After the Final Rose, we found out that Hannah Beast was our new Bachelorette. I lost it. I knew she was gonna be fun to watch. A little concerned for her toasting abilities. If you guys remember, way back in the beginning, we got the toast. I mean, toast to that toast. Okay, it's cooler now. So I was a little concerned for that. But as soon as I saw the commercials, I knew she was gonna be fine. And I really liked Hannah because of how, like, kick butt she was. She really made it a point to show that she is not like the pageant girl persona that people put her out to be. She kind of took that crown and like Mean Girls did, like, oh my god, I have a fake crown here. Like she just took this and like, bam, and just threw, oh. Why did I do that? But I loved Hannah for it. We got so much from that season. Even the first night. Okay, we can't talk about this season without talking about Luke, as much as I hate to say it. Also, I just want to say, I've always kind of been able to recognize the sketchy people. And I knew the way he was looking at her after the final rose, that just look in his eye, I was like, ooh, no. I immediately said no. And I was right. Was I not? Luke, yes, he was kind of, other than Hannah, he was the center of attention of this season, and it was so annoying because we had so many great people. We had Peter, we had Mike, we had Tyler, and then they were all overshadowed by Luke, and it was so annoying. So I really hope that that will not happen again. We also got the Jed thing, the crap show that it was. Oh, dun. People magazine had to come out with that. And thank God they did. Can you imagine if we found that out like now? It was such a shame. I'm always so worried for the lead when they get towards the end and something goes wrong. Can you imagine going through all of that and then not finding someone, like, ugh. But I mean, she's handled herself really well, so we're good. Jed, we don't like you. Go away. Finally, how can I forget the windmill and the Jesus Still Loves Me moment? I mean, that was probably the highlight of the season. And I don't know if it was as dramatic as they made it out to be, but it was still a kicker. I mean, I think it solidified that Luke is probably the biggest villain Bachelor Nation has ever seen. Do you remember that one guy? Oh shoot, what was his name? I'm gonna have to look it up, and it's gonna kill me when I find it. But he was probably the second worst, but Luke topped that by 1,000. So thank you 2019 for making us the biggest Bachelor villain probably of all time. Now on to Paradise! Oh my god! Paradise was so fun this year. I'm not a big fan of Paradise, but this year it was so good. Should I go get my sunglasses to celebrate Paradise? Oh, almost Paradise! I'm so weird. This season on Paradise, we got Blake and Stagecoach. That was the real match of the season. I feel like that was really true love. The most love Blake found. Every word out of his mouth. Oh my god. See, the thing is, I used to love Blake on Becca season, but yeah, not so much anymore. He didn't really handle himself very well. Not on the show and not off the show either. If you remember all those screenshots and texts, those were... Yeah, he was in pretty deep doo-doo. He kind of got himself back from it, but he never ended up in a relationship in Paradise. Him and Christina were... And that, again, feels like a year ago. That feels like so long ago. And then we had the piñata throwdown. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This was maybe my highlight of the Bachelor season this year. Two grown men fighting over a piñata. Nicole was loving it, by the way. Nicole bless her heart, she was really indignant. Yeah. And then they got sent off. Chris Harrison was like, yeah, you gotta go. Next we have Hannah and Dylan. They're so cute. Oh my god. I'm so glad that Hannah made the right decision. I don't blame her though for falling for Blake. I mean, he's very smooth. He has things that he knows works for him. And that's really hard to resist that because they're working on you, but you're also like, he does this to 10,000 other girls, so what should I do? You know? Not that I would know because I am very clueless. So I'm glad that she made her pick. They're so adorable. Dylan is still clingy, but what's new? But we love it. They're so cute. And finally, after I don't know how long, now we finally had our first LGBTQ relationship. That was so exciting. I'm surprised that it took this long. The way it came about though was kind of strange just because it was from an outside source and poor Derek. Oh my god, we love Derek. We love Derek. I remember he was like maybe an option for a wildcard bachelor, but that would have been like pulling an Ari from Ari. It's like a dirty word in my house. Okay, anyway, unfortunately, they're not together anymore. I mean, it's Bachelor Nation, so I wish they were still together. Oh, but we're glad that it happened. So now, you know, it's not new territory anymore, so that's cool. Finally, closing us out on the 2019 year. Bachelor Nation, we are getting Pilot Pete. I'm so excited. People can detect my Bachelor fanness from anywhere. So I'll insert a clip into someone finding me in Times Square. And they could just sense my Bachelor fanness. And this is what I had to say about Pete.
Well, we're basically trying to see, who people here would pick for themselves.
Pilot Pete.
Pete?
For sure.
Yeah.
Pilot Pete. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because he's so sweet.
Why? Whereas,
Duh!
yeah, right.
Look at that face! Look at
Right.
that face! How
Yeah,
can you not?
right? Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm a fan, obviously. I really do wish though that we went with Mike because that would have been a really amazing opportunity for a Bachelor of color, finally, after I don't know how many seasons. It's about time. I mean, we had Juan Pablo, but Juan Pablo, please. I think that would have been great. He has really good things to say about it. He looks at it in a very intellectual way. He's talked about it in multiple interviews, so I would listen to it. But I'm still really excited for Pete. I think he will have an amazing season. There will for sure be drama, for sure be tears, there will for sure be so many windmill references, but that's what we expect, of course. What else would there be? I'm so excited. I think this is going to be a really great season. So like I said, I'm just trying this out. I always have a lot to say about The Bachelor and about the entire franchise as a whole. I have a lot to say about every single episode, and the thing that kind of made me want to just try this entire year, actually, I've made a private Snapchat with all my friends who watch The Bachelor on it. They're like, oh my god, you should like show more people this. Like, this is funny, this is fun to watch along with someone. I was like, I mean, I really do love watching along with the recaps and, you know, all these different Roses and Rosé and Wit and Rye and Bachelor Fantic. I love all these, but I've noticed that there's like a demographic missing with the teenagers, especially for people like me who's never even been on a date before. Show how us as teenagers look at this show, you know. We see a different side of it, and I feel like that's not really represented at all. So I would love to be that representation. I hope that this was not boring. I have no idea how to do this. You will definitely not see anything other than Bachelor content. I really want my next video to be a reaction to the first night. I don't know when that will come out though, just because I'm obviously in school. If you want to see it, please let me know. Also, please let me know if you were not gonna watch these, because that would save me a lot of time. My hope for this is that there's a little bit of a community that comes from it. Hopefully, this is successful enough to keep it out the entire season. I just know I love watching the show, and I love watching it with my friends who are also big fans of Bachelor Nation, and so hopefully this will get us all talking and get us to have some fun. So I'm excited. Just let me know what you think down below. God, I'm such a YouTuber. What is happening? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Oh, let me take my Bachelor in Paradise stuff out. Hope to see you very soon when Pilot Pete comes on our TV. I really can't handle it. I'm so excited. So until then, catch flights, not feelings.